Okay, let's do our homework. And the first one, you need to find the rotation angle, and it's from this side and from the 135. So it's kind of like this. And 300, and so this is quadrant 2. And 300 is quadrant 4, 3. And for here, this one is between 3, quadrant 3 and 4. And for P, so it's 7, axis 7, and the negative 4 is like this here. So the angle is like this. Point P. And for Q is negative 3 is here. So this is Q. This is the angle. R, 1, negative 4 is here. And this is the theta. And for this one, we need to find the rotation angle and the reference angle. Okay. And 230, so here, this is the rotation angle. And then for this part is the reference angle. So it's the theta reference equals to 50 degree. And use 230 minus 80. And for B is for here. This is the rotation angle, so this is the reference angle. The theta R equals to 360 minus 313, so it's equals to 47 degree. For C, and for this part is 109, so this one is rotation angle. So this part is the reference angle, so the reference theta reference equals to 108 minus 80 minus 109, so equals to the rotation angle equals to the reference angle, so it's 20 degree. And for E is for here, so this is the rotation angle is 180, so the reference angle theta equals to 0. And for 270, so for here, this is rotation angle, and for the reference equals to, and for this part is 90 degree. And then number 4, find the reference angle. Okay, and for the first one, the theta reference equal to 180 minus 135, so it equals to 45 degree. And the B and the theta reference equals to 360 minus 296, so it equals to 64 degree. And C is theta, and this one is in the third quadrant, so it's minus 180, so equals to 57. For D, so this is in the quadrant 1 and 2, so the theta reference angle is 90. Each of the following angle determine the quadrant of the terminal arm of the angle and the reference angle. And for the first one, and this is in quadrant, and for the reference angle equals to B is quadrant 2, so reference is for here, this one is 30, so and we reflect, so this part is 30, and then we reflect, so this part is 30, so we reflect, so this is 30, and state the measure of the rotation angle in each quadrant. Okay, so quadrant 1 is 30, and for quadrant 2 is 180 minus 30 is 150 degree. And in quadrant 3, so it's 180 plus 30 equals to 210 degree, and quadrant 4 is 360 degree minus 30 equals to 330 degree. And let P be a point on the terminal arm and of the rotation angle in quadrant 1. Okay, so let's do, and for 1/2, and so it's here for P. State the coordinates of the point QRS, which are terminal arms of the rotation angle in the quadrant 2, 3, and 4 respectively. So we just add this one, and then we reflect, here is Q, and then we reflect, this is R, and we reflect, this is S. So and for the Q is just negative square root 3, and this one, and for the R is both negative. For the S is, so the X coordinates is positive and the Y coordinates is negative. Okay, number 7. And number 7 is similar to number 6, and sketch the diagram of reference in each quadrant 1 to 4. Okay, so like we see here, it's 77, and then we reflect, so this is 77, and then we reflect here, and then we reflect here. And then state the measure of the rotation angle in each quadrant. So quadrant 1 equals to 77, and the quadrant 2 is 180 minus 77 equals to 103, and the quadrant 3 is, and then for it's the same for the Q is negative A, B. For the R is both negative A, negative B, and for the S is A positive B, negative B. Okay. And for the number 8, complete the following table, give the reference angle and the quadrant. Okay. And for here 30, and for here this is the reference angle, and so here see it's here 60 and 55 and 15 and here. And number 9, a student were asked to determine the reference angle for a rotation angle of 240. And Jeff gave an incorrect 56. Use a diagram to explain how he arrived at his answer. Okay, and for here, so this one is the rotation angle, and the 56, I think this one is the wrong part. So it's kind of like use the terminal arm between the y-axis, and the Mandy gave the incorrect is 1/6. So for this part, so same, and this is rotation, and then here, and use the 360 minus 214, and for the correct one is minus 180 equals to 34. And for number 10, and we have the reference angle of 50 in quadrant 1, and scratch a diagram to show the reference angle reflect the y-axis. And then for here, so this is 50, so this one, and then is 100, that's 130. And for the 2 is original and reflect as x-axis, 50. This is the and the last one is reflect both x-axis and the y-axis. So this one is 180 plus 50 equals 200, and give that a rotation angle of x in the standard position. Have a terminal arm in the first quadrant. State expression for the 4 quadrant angle between 0 and 360, which have a reference angle of x. So quadrant 2 is like this one, and quadrant 3 is like this one, and the quadrant 4 is. Now for the last one, and we have the reference angle, we need to find the rotation angle. Okay. Then I will give the formula is A single and 100 minus A, 180 plus A, and 360 minus A. Okay. And for the others, you can check answers, okay, by yourself. And we need to determine 3 angles between 0 and 360, which have the same reference angle as a rotation angle of 136. The reference angle is 14, the same. So this in quadrant 4, and quadrant 1 equals to 57. Quadrant 2 equals to 23, and quadrant 3 equals, okay.